Hello, welcome back to another Train Sim World 5 video. Today we're going to be looking at the recent released Just Trains route, the Preston to Carlisle. It was released to much praise so far, and obviously people have been waiting for it for quite a long time. I've had a look at it, but not played it properly. I haven't really had the time, so I thought it'd be nice to do a sort of first looks video at it. The routes on the Class 87 are quite long. I didn't think it was going to be that interesting to watch one for an hour and 20 minutes, although I may be wrong. So I thought we'd do a shorter run, which is the part two of a two-part mail run from up to Lancaster, I believe. But so we're going to Moss End to Red Bank. This is for Mike 1-2, Class 87. With quite a lot of carriages, mail carriages. We're going from Carnforth to Preston. And without further ado, let's get going. So we're going to be waiting here for a couple of minutes. So first things first, we'll set up the AWS and the change end lever, otherwise we won't be able to get very far. Okay, that's good. Let's set some lights up. I don't think I did have a look at which these ones, because I always struggle finding these lights. I wish there was just a switch to turn the lights on. It'd be great. So I'll put the master key on. We'll release the brakes a little. We don't need to. We'll get them down to first application. That'll hold us here. So looking outside, so we've got 17 coaches on, I think we said. It's quite a lot set. Back in the day when mail was hauled around the country by train, obviously not the case anymore. There's our Class 47 chuntering away in there. So Class 87s, what we know about those? Well, built in the mid-70s. I think there's 36 of these built. Let's think there's 2 or 3 in preservation. They were built by British Rail Engineering and Crew, and really designed to work on the West Coast Main Line, pulling passenger and freight services. I travelled on these a few times as they used to run through where I lived in Hertfordshire, and it's quite nice to see them on this route. I mean, I'm a big fan of the BR Blue era, so I'm pleased that they are one of these is on this route. Anyway, so we've got the clear to go, but as with a lot of these, I'm just going to go to the front of the train. This is quite frustrating. One of the more frustrating things is, if you're not careful, you get caught out, is you get the go from the oh, here we go. You get the go from the software, but actually you find the signal still red down here. I don't know what we're waiting for. There's another service coming through. Yeah, we're still at a red here, so I don't know what we're waiting for. Is it? Okay, so we'll wait and see if there's a yeah, there it is. That's what we're waiting for. I really feel that they should wait until the train has passed before, because if you're not watching, you can't actually see that signal from here, that little shunt signal. So let's have a look. Now we've got the go. So yeah, that's a little bit naughty. So it always pays to have a look outside before you, or look at the signal. Right, so we're going to get going. This is a tap change in loco, so A bit like some of the sort of German electric ones. You have to be a bit careful about how much power you provide, take initially. On these little gauges here, you want to keep them the green or the yellow. If you get into the red, you're likely to trip it out and suddenly you'll come to a halt eventually. So we're 15 miles an hour out of the sidings until we're clear. The bits I have seen of this route so far, the scenery has been excellent, and I once again, Just Trains have shown other developers, and I won't say any more than that, how to do routes on Train Sim World. Obviously, they do have a little bit. They have spent a lot of time on this, and that gives them opportunity to, to do it well. But equally, there's no excuse for turning out sort of lackluster, bug-ridden routes just because you need to churn them out to get some money in. So I'll say no more than that. But this is how they should be done. So we're not quite clear yet. So I'll take the power off because we're going downhill. Once the last carriage is clear of the point work, we should go to 110. As a class 4 loco, I don't think we'll be going 110. Yeah, 75. That makes more sense. So I give it a bit of power, and we can see. Take it in power over, so do it. It's nice and gently bring it up. And we should. So we've got about 25 miles to go. Let's have a look at this. They've just done an excellent job. It looks so realistic. The weathering and the attention to detail. It's really, really excellent. So we're running on greens at the moment. Unfortunately, running a freight service, we're not really stuck to any timetables, although we obviously need to get to a destination in a timely manner. We're not got to stop at any stations to pick up passengers, so that's good. So I hope everybody else who's bought this is enjoying the route. I've not done the branch line stuff. I will do that because I quite like the short stopping work. Mainline work is great, but it does require a bit more patience because you're really stopping at so few stations. There's just a lot of times where you're just driving straight ahead and there's just looking out the window really. But looking out the window here is really very nice. Really very nice. I've set the weather on this scenario on this service to custom because much as I like the dynamic weather, it does seem to be a bit extreme. We're going up to a neutral section now, so we'll take the power controller off. That was the warning board. If you saw it then, it was a black, white on black sign. The commencement board should be a black and white one coming up shortly. For those of you What you don't know what a neutral section is. It's just really a. I still haven't seen it yet. I'm going to come through it in a moment. It's just really an area. It's just where the power supplies from two different power stations essentially. This it's a gap between them so that there's no need to synchronize the power. So hopefully, I don't have actually seen it yet. They're normally quite close together, the commencement boards. Maybe I've missed it, I don't know. Maybe I did. Or maybe there isn't one, maybe they've missed it out. Well, we're losing power. I haven't seen the commencement board, but if anybody has, then what I'll do is I'll to get it back. It should pick up by itself, but I don't know whether it does. So let's notch up. Yeah, we're going back up. Unlike the German, I don't know about other countries' route, but the German routes with the neutral sections, there are signs if you can spot them. But what happens is you have to reset it manually. The circuit breaker will trip out, and you reset it. In the UK, the power will come back on once you've got to the other side of the neutral section. So there's no need to remember to put the power back on, which is strange why these other countries haven't done it, because it's actually very, very simple technology. Okay, so where are we power wise? So we're just on the sort of green to sort of yellow bit there. I nearly said amber. We don't have amber in the railways generally. It's yellow. So it's yellow signals, not amber ones. So there we go. So 22 miles to go. We get 65 miles an hour now. I've got the objectives on here. I forgot to turn it off before I started this video. I'm not going to stop it for now, but so it's good to see that also the AWS is fitted on this route. The character speed limit change here shouldn't affect us because we are already at that speed anyway. I'm not quite sure what station this is. Thundering through there. We got to our left. So this is sort of like, I don't even know where we just come through. Let me just. Here we are. I'm not quite sure where we came through there. Oh, probably Lancaster, I guess. So climbing a bit now, so we'll give it a bit of power to maintain our speed. Looking out the window, it looks so good, this houses and stuff. It's one of the things that I found that's been a bit lacking sometimes in Train Sim World, is the detail on the other side of the lines where you've got houses. Sometimes they look a bit Toy Town, a bit Minecrafty sometimes, which, just to know, for me personally, detracts from the immersion a little. For some people it's the accuracy of the sounds of the locos, not so much for me, but the detail around is more important. So it gets the speed back up again now. I'm looking outside. On this nice sunny November's day, going through the northwest of England. So looking around the cab of this loco, it's really well done again. It's got a sort of wear and tear. Sometimes you see some of the trains, DMUs, they're a little bit too neat and tidy inside. If you want, they've been used day in, day out, hundreds of thousands of miles. There's wear and tear, and this has been done nice. Even the seats look faded. I do like the heater and everything. It's like a hot plate over in the corner there for the second man to make the driver tea. Although I'd imagine if you're even working by yourself, you're stuck in a engineering possession hauling ballast all night, and you sat there, it'd be quite nice to have that to make yourself a drink or something to eat, or even just to keep warm. Oh, we're speeding. Better put a bit of brake on there. We're getting into trouble. There we go. Put that back down. That might be my platinum medal out the window. I haven't been on this route for many years, so I'm not sure what it's like these days, but certainly feels familiar driving along here. Looking to December. I think Dovetail now giving announcements almost every day through December, if I'm not mistaken. So we should sort of hear some lots of new, hopefully exciting stuff coming up recently. New routes, hopefully some enhancements. Personally, I'm looking forward to the Great Western Express remaster. I mentioned before, someone drives it on a regular basis. It was always a very good route, but it's looking a bit dated now, timetable wise as well and everything. So an update will be fabulous. I mean, it was promised many years ago when I think maybe when Tracing World 3 came out. I think there was a lot of these sort of old routes they were going to look at, and then that got suddenly dropped and forgotten about. But hopefully this will be the first of a few of these remasters, because I think there's some routes out there that are very good, and bringing them up to date would potentially bring in more people to Tracing World 5, and the more people that buy the game, the more developers there'll be for the game, and more variety. I mean, I think we're looking at Japanese route, which I'm really interested in. as a train driver, I've watched a few Japanese cab videos, and it's quite fascinating. So I'm looking forward to seeing some updates on that route. I mean, some actual driving ones rather than just some screenshots. I'm not sure how far they're along with it. But yeah, it looks like the next few months could be quite interesting in terms of routes. And with the sort of route hopping facility now that you get, it means that sort of routes that join up, you can, you should be able to use those. So if somebody wanted to develop, I don't know, let's say for me, Reading to Gatwick, for example, North Downs line, which is a lovely route. Somebody could do that, and you'd be able to route hop to that. So you'd have Reading and Gatwick in there, and Red Hill, those sort of places. So, those lots. It gives you lots of opportunities to join up some of these routes, because we know that making very, very long routes in train sim world is not really that practical because of the memory constraints and performance issues that you're likely to get with very long routes, which is different to train sim classic, for example. So having just options to join up sort of routes together is really useful and opens up lots of potential. Right, so let's give a bit more power. So we're on a slight incline at the moment. And we can hear the transformers and the traction motors winding up. I think this turns out about 5,000 horsepower, which is quite phenomenal, really. We consider it, even the sort of the big end diesel locos of the same era were turning out 2,500 to 3,000. So you can see what a big change having the electric locos made. Ironically, at the moment, a lot of freight companies have ditched using electric locos because the cost of electricity is so expensive, and so it's cheaper for them to run diesel, which obviously, whatever your views on the environment, it's not great, but probably like me, a lot of people like diesel locos, so I'm always happy to see them out and about. But it does make more sense to use electric locos when you can, simply just for more power that they provide. We're up to 70, so I need to watch that I don't go over again. So where are we? There we are. Oh, this has been quite a nice improvement on. I still think this map needs working on, but it's certainly an improvement. I think some names of junctions. So we're heading down there. It's quite a long. I don't think it does. It give us names of junctions and stuff? I don't think it does. Things like that would be quite useful. I still find the whole setting of points has always been a bit clumsy. It seems better now with the. Oh, I have gone over again, haven't I? Okay, back to it. There we go. Pay attention. Oh, we're getting there. We better stop. Oh no, we've got 87 miles yet. Sorry. I thought I couldn't quite read what it said there. We've got eight and a half bit miles to go. I'll give it a bit of power. We're going on a slight decline now, so hopefully we should not need to put too much power on. Let's give the horn a blast, I think. Looking out over the scenery, it's lovely. It really is lovely. And even in the distance, it doesn't kind of blur off. I guess the only downside to all this detail is that if you're running a older console, 8th gen, then you're probably going to see more glitches on this route, and I know the timetable is a bit more limited as well. I think at some point Dovetail will, maybe they'll consider not doing it. I mean, doing 8th gen consoles. I don't know. There's a lot of them still out there, obviously, so that's still money. But you're seeing now that there are kind of different options when you reduce timetable ones and full timetable ones, and I think the game experience will gradually lessen as time goes on. And personally, I know upgrading consoles is not cheap, but PS4 and these sort of early Xboxes are now 10, 11, 12-year-old pieces of hardware, and they've done amazingly to keep going so long. But I've often said, if you had a PC that was 12 years old, you wouldn't expect it to run modern games particularly well. And I think it's only fair to sort of apply the same rules to consoles. That may not be everybody's point of view, but I think if you honestly think about it, I think it's not an unfair position for a company to take. What with the recent release of the PS Pro as well, although I've not seen, and actually I need to look at the British Ace has done a video recently with it on. I need to have a look at that really, and excuse me, see what he thinks. I'm not at the point where I'm considering getting one. I would like to, but I don't play my enough at the moment to justify sort of £700 for a PS Pro. It's more of a want rather than a need. So we're about 4.5 miles away. So we're good outside. Just having a quick look around the cab. The Bardic lamp there, you can turn on and off. Another little gripe of mine, I wish I would like to see actually on Dovetail, and if you haven't already, if you're watching this video and you Dovetail put a survey out. I don't know if it's on the it was on Discord. I don't know if it was on the Facebook groups or any others, but the survey was basically asking what people would like to see, changes, additions, enhancements to Train Sim World, amongst other things. I know there's a lot of discussion on the forums and the groups about what people would like to see. Well, that survey is your chance to put your view across. And one of the things I would like to see is some way of turning the cab light on from the controller rather than having to scrabble around, because when you start a scenario in the dark and you just plopped in the cab and it's 2 AM in the morning, completely dark, you're trying to find everything, it's really frustrating, particularly when the service is going to start in a couple of minutes. You need to set up, so I'd like a way to turn the cab light off and on, along with all the safety systems, which is one of the questions they asked in the survey. Safety systems on by default, or was it by key? I can't remember, but either way, they should be on by default. You should turn them off if you don't want them. In my opinion, obviously. I don't think you get the best out of the game unless you had the safety systems on. It's a simulator, and in real life, you'd have them on. So let's put that down to off for the moment. 73 miles an hour. We're on a gentle decline. We've got a couple of miles to go. I don't realise I put the locomotive brake on. Let's put the train brake on. That's what locomotive brake's not going to be much use with 600 tons behind it on its own. Certainly, it's going to take a long time to brake. So the train brake is what we want. So rather than anchor up really hard when we get close to it, we'll do a nice slow brake into Preston. You can see we've got the 25 mile an hour coming up. We'll have to give it a little bit more. Okay, we've got a so we've got a double yellow, but we're going across, which is why we got the 25. So junction indicator 3 there. Let's pull it back a bit. One of these things with these kind of air brake systems is you need to remove the brake before you get there, otherwise it takes a while for the brakes to release, because you've got 17 coaches to release all the brakes on. So we're 60 miles an hour at the moment, but we're going for 25. That's fine. And we're just okay. That should be our single yellow. We're coming into Preston parcel platform, which will be the P. Just in case you didn't know, there's a little P for parcel there. So we're going to 15 now, so we need to put a bit of brake on quickly. There we go. Got quite a steep run into Preston actually. 1% there. Brake it. Oh, just missed it there. We just clipped 16 before I put the first application in. Coming to the end, a couple 100 yards. So I might just put a little bit of brake in just to slow us down. It's just still going downhill. What you don't want is a spad. The at this. Keep going. That's it. You don't want to spad this with only a few yards to go. Let's look outside. We're coming in. I think we're going to stop now. We're going to get away with it. No, it's going to... I knew that would happen. There we go. And because we're on a hill, it's just going to roll anyway, so we'll get there eventually. There we go. So I've got the automatic coupling. I don't want to get out and do it. So there we go. Oh, we did get the platinum. So that's good news. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little run on the new route. If you've got any comments, please feel free to put them below. I hope to make some more videos on this. If you've got any suggestions, then please let me know. In the meantime, thanks again for watching and have a fantastic day. Bye bye now.